Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. This is Baran, your MCP IGV of Isaac in Turkey. So I'm gonna talk about IGV 101 episode. In this session, in this video, I'm gonna present my screen and talk about IGV from the beginning. Then we will continue with other videos, other details in our next videos maybe. So let's start with the presentation. I'm gonna talk about the IGV a little bit. But please don't forget to take your notes, listen carefully, because otherwise everything is kind of complicated in Isaac. So we need to be aware of everything, the opportunities we have and the abilities we have. After that, we need to operate everything successfully with huge growth, with huge impact, with many exchange participants. So I'm going to start with my screen sharing. Yes, I hope all your saw the screen. Yes, IG 101. And let's continue with the content. So we will start with what is incoming global volunteer, which is our department, product and program details. After that, we will talk about the customer flow. Then we will continue with the which platforms we use. We will talk about some details about our platforms and tools and etc. And lastly, we will finish with department, JDs, KPI, MOIs, and we will continue with other details maybe. So let's start with the what is incoming global volunteer. So what is iGV? Global volunteer means is an opportunity for a young person to develop their leadership with cross-cultural volunteering experiences. With these programs, we are aiming to like as a hosting entity, we are aiming to make an impact in global through the young persons by social impact and with our organizations as well. And let's talk about the details of the global volunteer projects and the programs. So the definition will be volunteer projects are made according to SDGs. What is SDGs? Sustainable Development Goals. And the durations of our product, of our projects, will be between 6 weeks to 8 weeks. But most of the projects that we have is mostly 6 weeks. And working hours has to be minimum 25 hours a week and maximum 40 hours a week. And every project has to cover these standards. These are our standards for the projects. So for example, we can't have any like 20 hours a week or 45 hours a week in our projects. So everything has to be have a standard, and we will follow these standards to have a perfect project. Also, our projects has to have a clear JDs, clear explanation of the JDs also, outputs of the projects, or every other detail of the projects. So everything is creating according to standards. Then, yeah, we will continue. And benefits. So all volunteer experiences are like has to cover accommodation. This is our minimum. This have to be here. So accommodation is our main benefit. If you also go to any like entity, any country as a volunteer, global volunteer, your accommodation has to be covered. So this is the main thing for us, and we are providing that. As an host entity, we have to, as I said before, providing the accommodation. It could be with maybe dormitories, it could be with global host, it could be with other type of options. The maybe Isaac host entity can cover the accommodation, or maybe the opportunity provider can cover the accommodation. But at the end, as a product, as a hosting entity, we are the last responsible for that, and we have to cover the accommodation one way or another. And the main organization target will be educational institutes, NGOs, CSR companies, rehabilitation centers, municipalities, or many more organization and like institutions. We have a huge diversity on our possible opportunity providers. So we have a great chance to develop it also. and our target persons has to be between 18 to 30 years old, but mostly our global volunteer EPs, exchange participants are young persons, students, and fresh graduated EPs. And our preference will be good English level, and they have to be open for volunteer projects and work. So as you can see, also global sustainable development goals. And yes, so our main stakeholders, let me also talk about the main stakeholders. So the main one will be our exchange participants, the short version of that EP. A young person who is confirmed to go an Isaac exchange program. And the person also signed the acceptance note, contracts, and pay the fee of the projects. So after that, after everything is done, then we can say that person, that applicant, can be considered as EP. Other than that, they have to be an applicant normally. The other stakeholder will be opportunity providers, the short version of that OP. And these are the organizations that we are working with. They could be startup or non-profit NGOs like educational institutions, as I said before. So these are the main opportunity providers for us. They are hosting the projects, and the other stakeholder will be home entity and also sending entity. They are the main responsible for the EP when it comes to before the exchange, before the like approval and also after the approvals also. So sending entity are sending the EPs, the exchange participants, to the abroad. As a hosting entity, which is right now we as hosting entity, as Isaac Türkiye, we are hosting the EPs in our exchange programs, and we are mainly responsible to like, communicate or handle EPs, opportunity providers, and other details of the projects. So we are the main responsible as hosting entity on exchanges. During the exchanges, preparation side, also after the exchanges, we are the main responsible. Also, sending entity are the main responsible too. But when it comes to like being in the abroad, which is for example for the uh, foreign people, it will be Turkey, and we have to be responsible for their experiences in Turkey. So yeah, hosting entity have huge responsibility on exchanges. Let's talk about the customer flow. So yes, we are doing projects, we are running global volunteer, we are doing approvals or contacting with the EPs uh, and striving for more. We were talking about the SDGs and everything, or the product minimum, but everything is starting with the customer flow as well. So let's understand how things working on their flow. So the customer flow is really important. Actually, like I already explained everything, but everything has to be have a flow to operating well from the beginning till the end, because it's also represent our brand as Isaac Global. It also represent our uh, quality on the delivery for the projects. So everything start with the customer flow, and we need to follow these procedures. Other than that, we will fail on even a small part of thing. We could have a fail, and it will damage our brand as Isaac Turkey, as Isaac also. So yes, let's talk about more details. Um, I already talk about these actually. It's really important for our organization, and we need to follow our customer flow. Yes, so this picture will be really important for us. So how everything starts? As you know, also we have a B2B department, which is doing sales for the companies, for the educational institutes, or any type of things, any type of organizations. So there are two main responsibles, which is B2B and iGV. IGVs are doing for opening a new slot, new opens. It's the main critical one, because we are not doing these type of exchanges or global volunteer projects with the opportunity providers. We don't do that by free. We have to do sales first. We have to get an income Then after the sales, after the contracts with the opportunity providers, then we will have a opens, we will have a slots. So with these slots, we will use everything to have an approvals, to do an exchange. And these opens are going with B2B and iGV. So B2Bs are searching for a market, searching for new opportunities, new partners, and they are going to the visits to the companies, to the organizations, and they are making their sales, promotion. Also, IGVs are going for the sales, or if that partner will be like our old partner, the experience that we give to them is really important on that point. That's why IGVs are also another main responsible for opens for the slots. After the slots, after the contract signed, the opportunity provider paid their money to the Isaac, and after that we will open a new slot for the EPs on our platforms. After the new slot, there will be attraction phase. What is the attraction phase? It's all about the applicants. So we will have an open uh, like Isaac org. We have an open page on our global website. Then EPs, potential EPs are applying for the projects, available projects for them. They are choosing their slots. They are choosing their available times, available slots, like everything is clear on the website. After the attraction phase, after the application, then EPs, exchange participants will be applied for the projects, and then consideration phase will be start. Consideration phase is all about the applicants accepted and approvals. Like these process will be mainly consideration. So what we are doing in the attraction phase. Firstly, let's start with the attraction first phase. So if we wants to get a more EPs, if we wants to get more applicants, so we need to promote our opportunities to the global. As you know, we have WhatsApp groups for the our international IR partners, international relations. So with these WhatsApp groups, with these other type of social media platforms or communication platforms, we are promoting our opportunities with attraction phase. After that, after the convincing the potential EPs, convincing the other sending entities, sending local committees, then we will continue with the applicants. After the applicants came to us, then we will start with the consideration. So we will try to make them approved. We will try to make them accepted. So after the consideration phase is done, which means EP paid, EP get convinced, EP signed the contract, and after the approval, everything is clear, then EPs will be ready for the exchange, ready for the realization phase and exchange phase. But before the exchange phase, which is in this part, we need to prepare the exchange. So, for example, EPs has to buy a plane ticket. EPs has to be aware of the project, be aware of the JDs, or they have to be sure about the accommodation or other type of details. So we need to be sure about every detail, make them clear for our exchange participants and also for our in general customer flow to give them a better experiences. So the preparation phase could be the most important one because without preparation there will be no experience phase, and the experience phase will be not much good for our EPs and for our brand as well. So the preparation phase all about the uh, make the preparation for the accommodation, for the project, for other type of details, or maybe any transportation options. The preparation phase could be also like giving the every detail to the EPs about how to go to project, how to come to Turkey, how to go to their accommodation place, and teach them. So everything is start with the preparation as well after the approval. So let's say we made the preparation, we made the make them everything ready. Then we are ready for the experience phase, which is realization phase. So realization phase will be the most critical one. EPs are coming to Turkey. We are helping them. We are doing exchange with them. They go to their project, come back again. We are doing activities such as global village, or like any other type of activities. And we are spending time with our local committees, with our other team leaders, members, VPs in our local committees. So it's all about the impact and it's all about the delivery on our project. If the EPs will be, if the exchange participants will be satisfied after their projects, they will be also improved on their leadership, on their uh, like personal development, and that's the main ambition that we have, or the main aim of our organization is also starting with the impact. So how we can deliver the impact we have, then it will be only coming with experience phase, with the realizations. So realization phase will be the most critical one. We need to be very, very, very careful on experience phase. So let's say our EPs had a great experience, they enjoyed, and after that, post experience starting, which is after the like, let's say the project is done yesterday, and EPs can't go to their country like directly. We need to be aligned with them. We need to uh, help them to how to go to their country back in airport maybe. Then like we need to also have some checkpoints with them, such as we need to ask them, like, did you learn something from the project? Did you educate yourself? Did you get impacted? Or you already had a personal goals and did you achieve them? So we need to ask these questions because it's also the results that we have. So after the post experience and while the post experience, we have to make our exchange participants completed. Completed means our EPs, our exchange participants get satisfied. We delivered them all the exchange standards. So then they can be get completed. Completed is the most critical one thing for us because it shows our quality on our exchanges. Without completed, then we can say we don't give a quality experience for our EPs, for our exchange participants. Then people will not want to go to Turkey again, for example. So it will be really critical. Then after the completed site, again the flow is repeating. For example, let's say one person get impacted and love Turkey a lot. He or she wants to come back again, but next year maybe or 1 month later, then our phase is starting again and again and again. So follow this customer flow and be aware of every step is the most critical one in our exchange, in our operation. Yeah, I will talk about these and I hope you understand. I already like talk about these actually a lot. It will be like keeping their Isaac experiences and showing the customer satisfaction that we have for our lovely exchange participants. And if we follow these detailed steps, then we can ensure our programs and our services are good and can create a difference in the world or for our youth young persons. Yeah. So let's talk about some status on our platforms or in our exchanges. So visitors is like directly accessing the platform and coming or visit our website. Open is which means like customers or potential EPs fill the profile in Isaac.org, and applied, which means EPs are applied and see that opportunity, see that project and apply. And lastly, accepted. The accepted will be everything is clear and EP signed the contract and everything, then approval phase will be continue. So the realization phase, I already talked about it. It will be on experience phase on the customer flow. Then after 6 months, so after 6 weeks, sorry, they will be finished. And after the finish, if we give every exchange standard carefully, and if we fulfilled our JDs, job descriptions, then EPs will be completed. So important things. There are also some status in Expa in our platform for the EPs. It could be withdrawn, rejected, approval broken, realization broken. These could be other examples of the status of the EPs applicants. And there are also some opportunity links on Expo, which is EPs are applying for it. And there are also some other status in opportunities. But the opportunities are controlled by the MCEPs. So ISCs are opening the opportunities, but confirming them and make them live on our website is continue from the MCVPs. And as MCVP, uh, we are tracking the JD's benefits and again and again. After that, we can approve and make them live on our website. So let's talk about our platform and let's be hurry up as well. Oh, the main platform we have will be Expa. It's the main dashboard, and you can check the applications. I like made a screenshot on that. Then we can click to the EP if we get that application. Then we can see the CVs of the EPs from our website. Then we can contact with them. We can talk about the details of our projects, and we can convince them for our local committees, for our ICs, for our projects to make them in here to do that impact. So this is the page of the EP. As you can see, there are steps. I already mentioned about it. Applied, accepted by host, accepted, like approved by manager, approved, realization, finished, completed. So this EP is like fulfilled everything, and we also deliver the good experiences to that EP, which means she or he got completed, which means we delivered every exchange standard carefully, and he or she, that EP, confirmed it. So this is the opportunity page. As you can see, it's the details of the project, and we can do some changes on the project. And after that, after everything ready, like benefits or JDs are ready and clear, MCVs are approving and make them live on our platforms. So other platform will be Podio for us. Podio is also another tracking platform for us. If you made an approval, then we are opening a page for the EPs in Podio. Uh, we are filling the necessary things in Podio. After the approvals, and we have to open a page again for the prep experience site before the EPs app come, and also for the other details. Podio is a main platform for our tracking on our exchanges. It's also a great platform for taking the data or documents. So we can upload our documents, for example, the documents for invitation letter for the visa or other type of proofs for our exchanges. Let's say we made an arrival pickup for the EP, then we can take a picture and uploading to the Podio. Yeah, Podio is a platform like that. We have to fill these type of steps, especially in the Podio as well. So let's talk about the department and JDs and KPIs and etc. I will not talk about details, but mainly like we need to contacting with the EPs, make them approval, giving the standards we have, uh, and tracking every step in our exchange programs. Yeah, mainly it will be like that. You can look for the more details one by one to ensure and to understand better. But like in general, from the beginning, I already like talk about many things one way or another. Yeah, I can say this. So thank you. It was a great pleasure with you, and it was also IG 101. So we will continue with the next steps soon. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you took your notes. Uh, Please don't forget to follow our also other videos, other presentations, and don't forget to get impacted by the EPs and also give the impact that we have and show our hospitality as Turkey. Yeah, thank you for everything and see you. Take care yourself. I hope you enjoyed a lot. Bye bye.